Okay, I just couldn't keep my feelings inside about this book. Okay, so I just decided, you know what? Now's as good as the time to make this YouTube video and put it out there because I need a friend, okay, to talk to about this book. All right. First of all, for those of you who haven't picked this up, just go. Just the time is right. It's now. If you need a sign, this is it. Let's not dilly-dally. It is a thick book, but let me tell you, I ate that noise up for breakfast. I cannot believe that it was like, I don't know, like an 800-page book. I think it is a chunker. It's a chunky book. I know I'm on my Kindle, blasphemous, but whatever. I slid through that like butter. It was so delicious and scrumptious, and I just wanted more people to read this, okay? And I think it is getting a lot of hype around some parts, but it needs more. It deserves way more, okay? Yeah, try to be kind. This is my little tripod situation here. Just go with it. It is what it is, all right? So, The Will of the Many, okay? Why am I so beyond over the moon about this book, right? Like, what is so special? Let's see here. Let me put this over here. I don't know. First of all, look at that cover, okay? I know there's like a stinking glare there, but just look at it. It is beautiful. And I know there's like not that many colors, but my God, is this not a it's a great cover, especially in black and white too, okay? Like it's so beautiful. And the real life cover is like really awesome too. Anyway, so now that I've read this, guess who's gonna own this book? That's right, this girl. So excited about that. But yes, the Roman Pillars. Okay, let's talk about it. All right, it's basically a fantasy book, okay? And you kind of start off meeting your main character. His name, I have now learned, you pronounce it Viz, like it rhymes with his, okay? Something like that. I did not know that. So I was pronouncing it super cringe like this, okay? So basically, in my mind, it sounded like V's? Ew, it's so cringe. I don't want to say it. Ugh. So I'm just gonna strike that out. That's gross. So I just put this book on the shelf because the main character was just too cringy for me. The name of the main character was too cringy in my own mind. Okay, please don't do that. So I think I started just calling him Vi, like as though the S was silent. He is a boy, you learn, but because I did this in my head, I definitely thought that he was a girl for the most part, and what a badass girl he was, man, let me say. Anyway, the characterization, immaculate, okay, immaculate. Anyway, the whole magic system is that of a pyramid scheme. Okay, let me make like a really big pyramid. Okay, I guess I could make like a really big pyramid. Let's try that again. Can you see my pyramid? It's kind of good, right? So anyway, there's layers, right? So like you've got like whatever, you know, so like you've got the octavies, okay, the septimies, the sexta people, then it gets to quinti, okay, and then you've got the quartus, and then it does go into like threes, twos, and obviously the soul person. So we don't really talk too much about the peak of the pyramid, if you will. I'm expecting that we get into that more in like the second and possibly third books. I don't know how many books there are in the series, you know. James Islington is like fully pursed up. So either way, the whole concept is like these people on the bottom here tend to give their wills to the people on the next rung, and then these these people get, you know, stronger, and then they kind of cede a little bit of their will to the people on top, and then they get stronger still. See how it's getting bigger now? That's my way of showing. And then so on and so forth, you see. And you can use like will in like various ways. So like there's people who are like dueling with will, or they're building things, or you can make vehicles move and fly and whatever, all that stuff. Okay, so like will is really the main, the way I saw it at least was like, it's like the main currency, if you will, of this world kind of thing. It's not like currency in the sense that like you could go and get like, you know, a piece of bread or a loaf of bread for will, but like it does like make you more part of a society when you decide to seed, or that's what they call it, which I thought that was a beautiful way of calling this process of giving up your will to someone else. So I thought that was like insanely awesome. Anyway, we meet our main dude. I'm gonna call him Vi, okay, because that's honestly what feels right to me. All right, you guys do what you want. So it was the main thing that the main character's name and this pyramid scheme that like really wasn't vibing with me. But I'm here to tell you guys, like, just move on, okay? It's like the tiniest little bit. All right, I mean, this part is kind of a big deal, but trust me, it's done so well and so smoothly that I was shocked and bewildered. I was like, you know, I really don't want to read a book about MLMs or pyramid schemes, but it's so much more than that. It's very, if you try to kind of think of will in the same terms as we would think about dollars or euros or currency, really, it makes a lot more sense. Especially because the people, once you get up into these like upper echelons, this book kind of goes into a little bit more of like corruption, which I'm like, wow, that was so cool. Well, I mean, but it's you're starting from here and he takes you all the way up to this, you know, in one book, and it's wild. And that's just only like one part of it. So anyway, why read this book, right? Here, let me get a new piece of paper. Sorry, my tripod decided to make a run for it. Okay, I hope y'all are still with me. Thank you. Anyway, so there's so much going on in this one book. Like, it's totally like James Islington has been earning his pages. The plot is written super well. Like, the writing is so amazing. He also paces the whole story just immaculately. Okay, there's not a moment where you're like, oh, this is too slow. Like, everything fits, things are moving. Every sentence that he uses pushes either the plot forward or the characters, or it starts to highlight some form of a theme, and sometimes it does all of the above. Like, and this is every sentence that this man uses, okay? And it's so lovely to kind of like see such mastery of writing. So I love that. And then we come to this very thick, juicy plot, okay? Like, you start off with Vi, who is pretty much an orphan with really no prospects. You learn more about his backstory, how he became an orphan, this, that, and the other thing. And like, you know, there's all this like hierarchy stuff as to like, you know, the whole pyramid scheme that we just talked about. We call that the hierarchy. Basically, he's getting adopted by this like really high up individual. And that's kind of where it starts. And Vi has to kind of investigate this murder that may or may not have happened at the school. It's so interesting. So like, not only are you dealing with themes of corruption, but there's also a murder mystery happening. Okay. All right. And then even further, okay, there's this whole undercurrent of this whole concept of will and seeding it being challenged. So like, the entire magic system is being challenged. Not really sure how to like kind of write that out here, but that's what I'm going to do here. That sounds really good. All right. And of course, you've got all the tropes, okay? Like, there's tropes for days, people, days. You want a school, you got it, okay? You want the best friend vibes? You got it. Okay, that start off, like even the friends that start off as like kind of like frenemies that turn into best friends. Ooh, so good. There is a contest, okay, at the end as well, like where you have to be a winner of some sort. That's great. You've got this whole found family bit with Vi the orphan getting adopted. There is a little touch of friends to lovers bit as well. And then there's all of this, like, you know, deceit and corruption that's also kind of where like there's just a lot of political tension that is being spread throughout it, because there's many people that don't know all the things that Vi knows, and Vi is actively just trying to get to the bottom of the murder, the corruption, the magic, and what all is happening. Okay, so political turmoil, let's go with that. That's a good word. So now at this point you're probably like, man, this sounds like a 10 out of 10 book. And honestly, for me, it really was. It was a solid book, okay? I would recommend it to anybody, all right? 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever. I would read this. I want to own this. Well, I do on Kindle. However, I'm going to own like a real copy and maybe even like a special edition. I love this. Would read this again in a heartbeat. Can't wait for the second book to come out. I'm about to go and binge James Islington's like whatever backlog of books, because honestly, I just want more. I want more Islington in my life. Okay. So anyway, a lot of you are like, I've heard some mixed reviews. Okay. And honestly, the only drawback, if you will, okay, so let's talk about it here. Okay. Yes, there's the whole pyramid scheme thing. But like we talked about it where y'all are just going to have to get over it. I got over it. You can get over it too. Okay. So just get over it. Okay. It's a tiny part and it's done very artfully and tastefully. And so let's just move on. Okay. Let's not talk about it. The next drawback is that the main character, Vi, he is pretty much good at everything. Okay. He does like sometimes like will express like doubt, like, hey, I don't think I can win this contest. Hey, I don't think I can solve this murder mystery while everyone's watching me and everyone's on high alert. Can y'all please help me out? But like the issue is that he's extremely skilled and he's extremely smart. So I love that. A hyper competent character. To me, like this is just, you know, scrumptious. I eat this for breakfast. Okay. This is what I want. Okay. Anytime. Okay. Give me more Hermione's instead of Harry's. Okay. Like I could not care about the jock. I want the person who works hard and is skilled and is talented and can go far. But I can see what the other people online are saying about how like there's nothing that Vi can't accomplish in the book. Whatever he sets out to do, he nails like 100% of the time. So I do fully understand that vibe. Like, but for the people out there that this isn't, you know, such a giant deal breaker, give this book a chance. Check it out. See what it can do for you, okay? In worst case scenario, what? You'll have a good time reading really well written, really nicely active pacing, and with a juice. Come on, it's just a book, okay? It didn't hurt nobody. Just give it a whirl, okay? Give it a chance, okay? That is all I'm saying. Okay, so now for some spoilers. Wait, am I gonna do it here? I can't even write spoilers right now. There you go. That says spoilers, okay? Just go with that. And that should have been, what, like 10 seconds? I hope the people who don't want to see the spoilers have clicked off. Like, honestly, if you made it this far, way to go. Oh, you almost fell there. That's so funny. That's so funny. So anyway, thank you for making it this far. So yeah, click off, people who don't want spoilers. Spoilers. Okay, first of all, that whole scene with the baby Alupi or the baby wolf thing, okay, where, in case y'all haven't gotten there and you're still here, Vi, like, is like on this island trying to solve this whole puzzle with this temple or whatever. And there's like a bunch of dead people and stuff there too, but whatever. It's like, it's really hard work. So he's just kind of there. He's trying to cook his stupid fish. And I was reading this chapter that goes on for an ungodly amount of time. Like, I think it went on for like maybe 10 to 20 pages on this one scene, which I know y'all are like, oh, it's an 800-page book. 20 pages on one scene seems legit. No, you don't know the pacing here, okay? The pacing moves, okay? Each page, it moves, all right? He did not have 20 minutes to spend on a random scene with this baby Aloopy that is on its last leg of life, and Vi here saves it. And I'm like, okay, that's great. And stuff. I really hope that this is like foreshadowing or something. And I loved it that it was foreshadowing. It was so good. I really enjoyed that it was foreshadowing and that it did come back around towards the end. Oh my God. It was just such a satisfying arc that this Aloopy basically time and time again saved Vi's life. Many times over actually during that end contest bit. I loved it. I hope that this Aloopy stays, okay? I know it's like such a small part. It's such a small spoiler, but I hope it stays, okay? I hope it hangs out. I hope we learn more about it. It reminded me a lot of the direwolves from like, Game of Thrones, but like, yeah, I hope it's here to stay. All right. More spoilers. I'm really unsure as to what all happened in the end. I really loved that Vi ended up becoming, I'm gonna butcher this word now, Domitor, not sure. Whatever. Really glad that he was like basically valedictorian of their class or whatever, by winning this contest. And I'm glad that like he kind of solved the puzzle. I'm not exactly sure though whether Viridius did in fact kill Kaoror. I'm again butchering all the names, but go with me here. I'm not entirely convinced yet, largely because it's just such an easy out. It's just such an easy thing for it to be Viridius's fault and for, everyone to just be like, well, this is what we predicted and this is what the evidence lines up with, so of course it's Viridius. So I'm just not, it's all just like sitting too perfectly. So I'm just not convinced, okay? So really unsure. I'm smelling something fishy about whether Viridius is the killer, so really not sure. I know there's something going on there, but like, I think it's him plus many others they're adding to it. I was shook, okay, with Calidus's demise. I was shook. I wept. I thought it was just not okay at all that like he got killed off. However, I do understand now that like, for Vi to become whatever, the censor or whatever, this was necessary, I suppose. I really didn't see it coming. I was just, the whole scene was written so well, with Vi carrying Calidus's just corpse at the end there. That was just, it shook me to my core. So that was definitely something that I wasn't expecting. In the second book, I am hoping a lot more answers to the whole like temple with the pyramid and running the labyrinth thing. But I was also expecting towards the end for the Angui or the Anguis to kind of play a significantly larger role. Like I really expected them to also be part of the corruption that we talked about. And maybe I'm just a little bit too early on all of that. So Not sure, okay? So I'm kind of, and I'm quite still very much confused on the end as to like what it all entails, especially that whole little part with the epilogue. My God, what a little scrumptious morsel to unpack, right? So really, really confused and really still wanting more answers. And I love that this is what James Islington has delivered us. That this lovely gift wrapped story. Can't wait to read further in this series. So I'm really glad to get all of this off of my chest. It was really weighing me down. Thank you everybody for watching. Take care, really. Please take care of yourselves, okay? Goodbye.